I want to talk about how many people do understand the problems. Maybe not the nuances and the details and everything that's wrong with our system on the massive scale that's wrong with the government and states and federal governments and localities. But they understand our healthcare system is shitty. Drug prices to save their lives is outrageous, and people die because they can't afford it, and wages, and how many people are in poverty, or endless war, empire bullshit. They get the general senses of like, okay, alright, yeah, this is fucked up. But a lot of people just kind of throw their hands up because it is a huge problem with massive power and control. But they forget. Now this is where they forget. The people have the power. Now I know that sounds very cliche. Very cliche. But it's true. We the people have the power to change our society, to change our government, to change what we don't like for the better, for all of us. We do. It's up to us. There's millions and millions and millions of people that all generally have the same problems, or more alike than different in America. And, clean water, clean air, clean soil, wages, retirement, taking care of your kids, college, trade school, something, It's ridiculous that, and I've heard parents or older people, kind of Generation X, and baby boomers, I've talked to, and they've said to me, well, if you can't afford to go to college, then just go and join the military. Yeah, that would be one thing if we didn't have this endless war, corrupt, greedy, for-profit wars. We're just sending our men and women over there to go fight for what? What the fuck are they fighting for? Liberty, and justice, and freedom, democracy. It's like, whatever. Like, people get it. People see it. People get it. Like, all right, what the fuck we still in Afghanistan? It's been 18 years. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? And it's bad. So all these problems, people have the, kind of have a clue. They kind of get it. Some aspects more than others, but people forget that we need to organize. We need to come together. We need to, we're not all going to get along. We're not all going to understand each other and get it. But when you put that all aside, personalities, different cultures and religions and all that, put it aside, we have a lot more in common than in different. Our struggle is very, very similar, almost identical on many, many, many aspects of life. So my point about this video is that we need to organize. We need to get together. We need to use the new public square, which is social media, and organize locally, state, federal, It always starts at a grassroots level. Before I end this clip, we don't have the weekends. 40-hour work week is the normal work week. Not to say that it's going to pay for much, because most Americans are working over 40 hours just to survive if they want, or trying to. But 40-hour work week was fought from the labor movement, and minimum wage was fought from the labor movement. L&I was something that, child labor ended because parents were sick and tired of it. of seeing their kids, die, not live a childhood. When you're supposed to have one small part of your life supposed to be innocent and free and all that, as much as possible, and that's your childhood. It's really only like birth and like maybe 10, 11 nowadays, even, if that, depending on your circumstances and your own personal situation in life. But yeah, so we've fought for other stuff in the past to make it better. We can do it again. We can do it again. And the reason why it seems so hard and so hopeless is because the elite have divided us. Fox News, MSNBC, these mainstream media outlets have divided us, the American people. Outlets that we listen to and we read divide us. Democrats, Republicans, that's dividing. All this stuff, left, right, dividing. And we can be Republican, Democrat, and all that. But a lot of our issues are, a living wage. That's not radical. You shouldn't have to work full time and be in poverty. So you're telling me you're working full time, sometimes overtime, and you're still in poverty? That's crazy to me. That's crazy. We're not asking for free yachts and free, G6s and free Lambos. We're asking for, can I get a decent roof over my head? Can I get some food in my stomach? Can I take care of my kids? Can I pay the light bill? Can I have some time off with my kids? I'm not working every single day. We're looking for a civilized, modern society that makes sense for the majority, not the minority. Because the minority, when it comes to the rich people, they've been living on their G6s and their yachts and their Lambos for decades with the tax system rigged in their favor. So, we the people, what it says in the Constitution, we the people, it's true. We the people can get our government back to where it needs to be. Serving our needs as the people. We, not the few eyes. We, the vast majority that makes this country go, chugs along. The big machine that the United States empire is. In good ways, and also in a lot of bad ways. So, we the people need to organize, democratize the mind, democratize our workplaces, unions, fight back against this greed and the corruption and end these fucking wars, and take all that money and reinvest in American lives here at home. Offensive wars should be never, ever again. You start at home, local problems, and you go from there, building a movement, grassroots. But organize, organize, organize.